Hello, welcome to Rustin' Roots with Lula and Mo. Just stuff we do around the farm. We grow our own groceries, we grow our own vegetables. We have bees. We're in the middle of, right now, we're capturing, got out our swarm traps to catch bees. You can follow along with that and see how you can get your own free bees and how to go from catching free bees, building your own boxes, everything you want to know that I know about a bee, which ain't a whole lot, but enough that you can put honey on the table and it'll be honey that you did. We do woodworking. We made our own dining tables. We're not scared to get into something. The worst thing you can do is mess it up and start over. We're out in the middle of the country, so that if we really goof up a project, we'll throw it in a burn pile and start over. We work on small engines. We're restoring a '64 Ford Falcon. We'll be in and out on that because we get tired of doing one thing, we jump to something else. We're always canning or freeze drying something to have something put away. Lula makes all kind of soaps. She does all the videoing and editing. You'll get to see her sooner or later, but right now she's behind the camera. And various other things, like my buddy gave me a Polaris Ranger that blowed up the engine. Another buddy gave me a Yamaha 400 four-wheeler that the transmission's bad on. So we're going to try to see if we can't engineer something. We got a welder and a cutting torch. So worst case scenario is it's not working right now. So if we get through messing with it and it still don't work, we ain't out nothing but a little bit of time. Remember something, whether you're young or middle-aged or old, just because somebody tells you that you can't do something don't mean that you can't do it. Try it first and then let them know that you could do it, because you don't need to surround yourself with somebody who tells you that you can't do that. You need to take it to a repair shop, or you can't build that just because it ain't been done. My grandpa's long gone, but he told me a long time ago not to take advice from a failure. Anyway, that's the long intro. Probably won't do that every time, but this is called a brush cutter. I bet I hadn't run 2 tanks of gas through it. And if you're wondering why these tanks are so small on these, by the time you run a tank of gas through there, you're ready to put it down. It don't matter whether it's a chainsaw or a weed eater or what. But anyway, this is a no-start situation here. It won't do nothing. And I'm gonna pull the plug out, spray some starter fluid in there to see. We're gonna check for fire. We're gonna check for fuel, and that's something you can remember. If you got fire and you got fuel and it's got compression, something's gonna happen. It may not happen in the order it needs to. That would go into deeper mechanical issues, but something will happen. We're gonna go through and make sure that the dirt daubers hadn't helped us out by stopping up the exhaust pipe. They're good about doing that. So anyway, we got a no start. Got the switch on, and I've already loosened this spark plug so we can take it out. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna see. Grab me a ground wire. I wanna see if we got any sparks before we get started too far. Hook my green wire on the back of that. You don't want to hook it where it's on that inside probe. And you got to find your ground somewhere on this motor. Let's see. See that? Let me turn the light off where you can see it better. You should be able to see a spark. I don't know. I don't act like a very good spark, but we'll go with that. Put a little bit of go juice in here, starter or brake cleaner, anything you got that's flammable. Put that in the spark plug hole and put the spark plug back in. Just see. It acts like it may be wanting to, I ain't sure. Yeah, we got a fuel problem. Let's go into the fuel problem. Taking this off. These carburetors are famous for stopping up. So that's what we're gonna try to do, unstop. Let's see. See if we can figure out how that comes off of there. I'll figure out how to get this off after a while. Let me see what's got me. That goes in the middle of that. And it's got a, you can see it's got a groove on the end that it fits in. Here's another wrench. I just want you to take that thing all the way off. Okay. So I move that second nut much because that's going to be where your adjustment's at. Okay, let's look at this thing a little bit. We hook this back up, we'll make sure that we got the right one sucking fuel and the right one returning. I replaced these fuel lines shortly after I got it because the ones that was on it rotted off right away. If something's missing in here, it's probably because I've been tinkered with it before. That's just how it goes. That bolt is that long. In case you're wondering what kind this is, it's a S-H-I-M-A-H-A, a Shimmaha. I think they're copying Shindaway or one of them name brands off the wall thing here. That bolt is that long. Alright, let's get this off. Lay stuff out where you'll remember how you didn't take it apart. So you have to go back, at least video it so you know. Go back, look, see how to put it together. It won't take you but 3 times as long to do it that way. Anyway, put that out of the way. Yeah, see that just fell off. Let's check this accelerator. Accelerator pump. Worked on a chainsaw earlier today and I'm going to have to get an accelerator pump ripped because of that corn gas is bad about drying them out. This one's going, yeah, it tore all to pieces. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a kind of a sign that it's dried out. It should be nice and rubbery and pliable. Look at that. That's a mess right there. All this here is going to be cleaned up. That'll be a trip to the part store. Had to order one. That's a kind of messed up right there. Anyway, I'll clean that up in a second, but I'll show you. Yeah, buddy. It's got a little old tiny screw in there. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Ooh, yeah, I got it. What it likes to do now, there's a spring under that. And what it's wanting, put your finger on it, because what it's wanting to do is take off and launch across this room so you can go get you a whole carburetor outfit. See that spring right there? There it is. Oh, come out of there. That. It's wanting to launch. You got a little needle valve. Actually, that one's in pretty good shape. What happens is that little deal there, this sets on top of it. And it, by that motor, as that motor running, it pulsates, and that lifts that, just like that, it lifts it, lets more fuel come in and burn off. So anyway, we're gonna clean all this up, blow out all these jets. There's a screen right here, you can see that. But you can see through it, it's pretty clean. No, it's got a little bit of stuff in it, but not bad. But that's the only filter you got on the inside of it. You got one in the tank. I'll show you that shortly. Clean all that mess up. And you got on this side, if I can get the screwdriver on it. This bolt hole goes to the back, or this back out what's facing me. These two holes that's facing me, it's gonna go that way. Try to keep it in your mind how it goes back, because if you don't video it like Lula's doing, it's gonna become great to you shortly. And you gotta put it back together. It'd be like trying to put together a set of Lincoln logs with blindfolds on. And all this stuff, I'm telling you, it sounds good, but I'll have to go back and look at the video to get it back together. That bolt's hung in there for some reason. No, I got you. Here it comes. That looks pretty good. There's a little deal down in there that sits down in. That's where some of your fuel comes up through. You got this little gasket right here. That opens and closes and lets fuel go through there. And that goes, just like I told you, I got it backwards, upside down. It's got little dowel pins on it, hooks on it, so it'll only go back on there one way, as far as you know. But anyway, that's that. See if this gasket's messed up right here. Probably gonna wind up getting a set of gaskets for both of these. The chainsaw and this thing, yeah. See, it ain't gonna wanna come up. That corn gas ruins these little fuel lines and gaskets. Yeah, you hear that? If it sounds like gum wrapper or candy wrapper, it probably ain't no good. You got that one that's sort of like plastic, and you got one that's like cardboard. Yeah, it ain't giving it up that easy. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Whoever's watching, all three of you. But right now I'm working on little weed eater that won't run. You know how that goes. You let it set for about 20 minutes and it ain't gonna want to run. Anyway, I went to the parts store and got a carburetor kit for it, like $10 or something like that. So anyway, anybody that don't know it, I am not, nor do I proclaim to be, a small engine mechanic. I'm just a guy that figures if it ain't working, I can't hurt it. So if it ain't running, the worst thing I can make it do is not continue to run. So I don't mind getting into something. So if you see me doing something wrong, which is a highly possibility, just roll with it and know that if I tear it up, I'll find a dumpster to put it in. That'll be the end of that. But just don't be scared to try it. If it ain't working, you can't hurt it. Right now, I'm doing a pretty exciting thing. I'm cleaning some old gasket material off of it because you got to get this mess. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, you got to get the old stuff off or it will not seal. And then what you hear a lot of people say is if you got gas and you got spark and you got compression, it'll run. Well, you also got to have a vacuum. So if you got an air leak somewhere, it might run, but it ain't gonna run like it's supposed to. You can get this little blade right here and this little handle. You can get that at Harbor Freight. I'm not sponsored by them or NASCAR or anybody else. I'm just a guy trying to show you how to do something that might save you a little bit of money. I don't know, it might not. Time you get through doing what I do, it may cost you more when you got to go buy another engine for it. But hey, that's just how it goes around here. Well, how about that? This thing right here is very unforgiving. It'll get you. Piece of junk. You cut me like that again, it's gonna be on. I'll throw you right in the dumpster. Not really, because it wasn't its fault. When it was laid in the toolbox, it didn't even try to hurt me. Didn't do nothing until I picked it up and started using it. Like a lot of other things I could call. It's been laying in that toolbox all night, not bothering a soul. I got it out, all of a sudden it wants to cut somebody. It got me pretty good. How about that? Watching the YouTube this morning on how to work on stuff. I think the whole carburetor, brand new, like $14 with the fuel filter and the lines and everything else. Like, well, that ain't near as fun as trying to do it yourself, though. And if you're out sitting on the porch all day, won't be long you won't be able to get up out of that rocking chair. So get up, let's do something. I'm gonna get some carburetor cleaner and clean these parts. Yep. I ain't got all the stuff off this one yet to get that off. Be sure and watch these videos all the way to the end. I'm liable to do a cartwheel for you. Probably not, but anyway, never know. Some of them people I see do acrobats and whatnot. Only way I could do that is if there's a set of tire tracks on both sides of me. Then you could say, I see how he done that now. Where are you going, Leila?
Get you some lunch.
Hey, yeah, I need something to eat. It's been about 20 minutes since I eat anything. Not really. Been about 30. Now people remember Roger Miller. Roger Miller he was a thing when I was growing up. Did that song about his uncle used to love him, but he died. Hamburger, cup of coffee, lettuce, and tomato, 2 times a dime. See a man kiss an alligator, one more time around, free on a Ferris wheel ride. Yeah, that was sound like something I made up there. But he was pretty famous for that song. That screen is as dirty. That better. You got an air compressor, you can blow on these things and send it across the shop. I'm gonna have to wash this fuel tank out too, because it's got a bunch of gum in it. For anybody that don't know what gum is, it's a country term, southern term. To be gommed, that means if it's gommed up, it's got stuff in it. Or if I call my neighbor, say, hey, what you doing? Oh, just messing in a gammon. That means nothing in particular, just stuff. That looks pretty good. I knocked the hide off my good finger and my driving finger, and every time you turn around, you bump it on something. It feels pretty good. Here's what you can get clean carburetors out with. I've seen them take wires out of a steel brush and all that stuff, wire brush. But if you got a youngin like mine, got a couple of them plays guitars, and they take off an old set of strings, hey, don't throw them away. I'm gonna need them. Looks pretty clean. If we may have to go back and look at the video to see how to put this joker back together. I see one part I know where it goes. This O-ring right here, right there, just like that. What I did, put the old parts over here, new parts over here. Try not to get them confused, or you'll be right back where you was at. Well, looky there. They gave me a new screen. I'm gonna go ahead and take that other one out. I'll figure out where it went. That ain't a new screen. That's mine. It just fell out. Work with it a little bit, get it to stay in there better than that. Because if it just falls out, that ain't no good. I have to work with it a little bit. It ain't wanting to stay in there. There it is. Smash it flat and try to get it back down in there. I take it if you're watching this, you ain't got a whole lot going on. But got a lot of friends said, man, you need to make a YouTube video because you're always doing something that might be able to help somebody out. And none of them watched it. Because we can tell. We go on the YouTube and we can tell that you didn't watch it. That's all right. We know who watches and who don't. And you didn't. What you got there? I'm gonna take a short break, eat a sandwich. Look at there. You don't have to be an acrobat to put this back together. You got a needle valve. That's what meters your gig ass. You got a little bar that goes through it, and you got the little lever that goes up and down. Then you got a spring, and I'm gonna get Lula to come closer so you can see. You got to try to get all them back together without it flying across the yard. This might take a minute because you got to hold your mouth just right. That fell out. It's best if you do this in real tall grass. That way you can just throw the towel in and go on about your business. But you got to get it setting on that spring at the same time. Oh, looky there. Needle seated good. It's not put together yet. It don't help to have oversized mitts. But gonna work what I got. Needle valve, if you can pick it up, it goes in that little yoke right there. And you got to try to get that spring. Looky there. After 37 tries, got Lula to help put that in. Well, I held this, and that pin, these tweezers, and eased down there because you got a spring underneath there that pops it back up. Yeah, it picks that needle valve up. So we got it in there anyway. You tightened it up good. That's good. Got a gasket that goes here. Got some pins there that shows you where it goes. Let me make sure I got the right gasket. I think this is the one. You got two of them that looks almost identical, but you got a port right here. So if you stick that one on there, you're probably good to go. It's got a hole down here too. This one, it's distant cousin. He's got a hole down here for the bottom one, but looky there. You got a hole there. That won't work. So we're gonna move this distant cousin out the way. Put it on them locator pins and it'll help you out. Then, best I recall, that goes like that. Then you got to put this on there so I can remember how it goes on. I think it goes like that. You got that hole lined up here. This one lines up down there. I'm gonna clean this off before I put it back. Wait a minute. It's always good to take a video of these because when you start putting it back together, the kit comes with several different gaskets. Some of them fit, some don't. This one's gonna go on there first. It's a fiber gasket. It goes on just like that. Put it on them locator pins. And you're gonna have this one goes on top of it. All your holes, everything should line up. Now you're gonna be looking at this one like I did. There's a screen in there, but it's not gonna be covered up. I thought it should be in that gasket, but it's not. And this piece, if you got this same carburetor, it's gonna go on. So this is that piece we fought with a while ago. Then you got a gasket just like that. I'll show you. Find your locator pins, put it on there. Make sure all your holes are right. You can flip that over backwards and it won't be right. You'd have to work with it to make you put it on there wrong. But you see how all them holes line up, then you got your accelerator pump. It goes with that spokes down and sit it right there. Don't do like I usually do and get heavy-handed with it, because you'll strip something out. If it don't go back together just right, there's a reason. These torque down to 87 inch-pounds per square inch. Not really, just snug them up. If you get on these, that's probably a Chinese carburetor. If you get on it too good, you'll strip that screw out. Already wanting to now. Either that or get a good screwdriver. I don't know if we did this on camera or not, but let's do this. Take this. That goes down in there, just like that. Then when you pull on the accelerator, it opens that, puts more air and gas in, I reckon. That's what we're gonna say anyway. This shield over there. Don't get, if you strip something off, you get thinking you're almost to the finish line, and you strip something off, and you go running off sideways. Let me see which one of these it takes. Let me look at this, make sure it's going on. Don't just click like it might have went in place. Okay. Something ain't just right. Let me loosen it up. That sounds a little better. That's your choke. If you want to choke it, if you get, we're going to have to accelerate a little bit. This needs. May have to loosen it up and get that back on there. I think I loosened it up. Get that throttle cable off. See, it was trying to tell me, don't put me back together because you don't have that cable back in that slot. But I didn't listen. Got that on there. We're going to tighten that up a little bit. That's pretty much in place. We're going to pull that fuel tank off. Some of these gaskets, even though they didn't fit this particular carburetor, I'm going to save them because they might come in handy. Put them over here out of the way. All these tore up ones. Throw them in the trash. I think I'm done with these pinchers. They did come in handy though. Got them for Christmas one year. They did come in handy. First time I've actually got to use them. Well, that trash, it looks like there's some trash in this tank, so I'm going to clean that out. Take the tank off and clean it out. I think there's a whole lot of need to take that apart and then not go clean it. Oh, I know where that went. That extra bolt right there goes in this fuel tank because I started taking it off. I'll give you a shot of the inside of this tank. Kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see in there or not. Let's give it a rinse. Washed out fuel tank best I could with some brake cleaner. Putting it back on. We'll go to the next step and see if we can make this baby fire up and run. Get your boat started before you tighten them down, because as soon as you get one in there and you cinch it down, the other one won't go, and you ain't got no play to get it. Look out now. See, it's already wanting to take off and go. Got a couple of fuel lines. Need to hook back up. Let me see which one to which. If you hook them up backwards, it won't be sucking fuel up. It'll just be bubbling in the tank. And that's an easy fix. Let me find some 2-cycle around here now. Got some somewhere. What to do with it? Probably going to smoke a little bit because I wasn't real sure on the mixture of this oil. I'd rather foul a plug than or burn up the motor or whatever. All right, those are backwards because it's blowing bubbles. Might have a crack in the fuel line. Don't choke. Give it a little help. Pull out of there. That fuel line's best about, fuel filter in the line's about had it. It can't take it. We're gonna go to town and get some and be back after a while. About time for a new blade in that thing. Cool. You have trouble getting the fuel line in, just cut it off at an angle like that. When you get it started, it's going to balk on you. Twist it. Gonna give it a try. Too lean, too lean, too lean, too lean. It won't do. Line trimmer, take 51. Ain't got no string on it. Works good.